For years, the artificial intelligence race seemed to belong to a small group of American technology giants. They had the biggest data centers, the most advanced AI chips, and billions of dollars to spend on research. The assumption was simple. If you wanted to build powerful AI, you needed enormous resources. Then, almost overnight, a Chinese AI company called DeepSeek forced the entire industry to reconsider that assumption. DeepSeek was not a household name in the West. It did not have the global reputation of OpenAI, Google, or Microsoft. But its reasoning model, DeepSeek R1, quickly attracted worldwide attention after the company released its model and technical research openly. The surprise was not just that DeepSeek had created a powerful AI system. The real question was far more uncomfortable. How had a relatively unknown company managed to challenge the companies that had dominated the AI race? The real shock was not simply that DeepSeek had built a powerful AI model. It was the assumption behind it. For years, the AI industry had followed a clear pattern. More capable models required more computing power, more advanced chips, larger data centers, and enormous amounts of money. The companies with the deepest pockets appeared to have the biggest advantage. DeepSeek challenged that formula. Its R1 reasoning model used reinforcement learning as a major part of its development, and DeepSeek released the model weights under an MIT license, allowing researchers and developers to study, modify, and build on the technology. That changed the conversation. The question was no longer just who could spend the most money on AI. It became something much more uncomfortable. Could smarter algorithms and more efficient methods allow smaller teams to compete with the giants of Silicon Valley? Then DeepSeek R1 reached a much larger audience. Developers and researchers began testing the model, studying its reasoning abilities, and comparing its performance with leading AI systems. The conversation quickly moved beyond China. What made the moment especially important was DeepSeek's decision to make its model weights and research available openly. Instead of keeping everything behind a closed commercial system, the company gave the wider AI community something it could examine, experiment with, and build upon. That created a completely different kind of competition. A powerful AI model was no longer only a product that users could access through a website or an API. It could also become a foundation for developers around the world. And suddenly, the AI race looked less like a competition between a few closed platforms and more like a global battle over who could create the most capable, efficient, and widely adopted technology. Then the story moved far beyond AI researchers and developers. DeepSeek's rise suddenly became a financial story. As investors began questioning whether the AI industry truly needed unlimited spending on the most expensive hardware and massive data centers, technology stocks came under pressure. The shock became impossible to ignore when Nvidia suffered a record single-day loss of market value during the January 2025 sell-off. The message from the market was clear. If powerful AI systems could become more efficient, then the assumptions behind the entire AI infrastructure boom might need to be reconsidered. But this did not mean that Nvidia or the American AI industry had suddenly disappeared. The real impact was more complicated. DeepSeek had forced investors, engineers, and technology companies to ask whether the next major AI breakthrough would come from simply building bigger or from finding smarter ways to do more with less. But the DeepSeek story was never only about one AI model. It exposed a much larger battle over the future of artificial intelligence. The United States has dominated many of the most important parts of the AI ecosystem, from advanced chips and cloud infrastructure to some of the world's most powerful AI companies. China, meanwhile, has faced restrictions that have made access to the most advanced computing hardware more difficult. That pressure created a powerful incentive: find ways to achieve more with limited resources. DeepSeek showed why software efficiency could become just as important as hardware power. Better algorithms, smarter training methods, and open research could potentially change how companies build AI. The next stage of the AI race may therefore be decided not only by who has the biggest machines, but by who can use technology most intelligently. DeepSeek did not prove that the AI race was over. It proved something far more important. The rules of the race can change. The future of artificial intelligence will not be decided by one company, one country, or one breakthrough model. It will be shaped by a competition between hardware, software, research, efficiency, and access. The biggest companies will continue building larger systems, but smaller teams may discover smarter ways to compete. Open models may spread faster than closed platforms, and countries facing technological restrictions may continue searching for new ways to achieve more with fewer resources. That is why DeepSeek matters. It did not simply enter the AI race. It challenged the world to rethink what winning the AI race actually means. And the next breakthrough may already be coming from somewhere nobody expects. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Inside Horizon for more stories about the technology shaping our future. Thanks for watching.